Colonialism wasn't just about conquest, guys. It was about converting land into capital. They didn't just take the land, they rebranded it as property, assigned it value, and they sold it. Before colonization, in many African societies, land was communally held. There were no title deeds, no paperwork. You belonged to the land, not the other way around. And in came the colonizers. So let's talk about Kenya. The British passed laws declaring unregistered land crown land, which means it belonged to the British monarchy. Suddenly, millions of acres that were lived on, farmed on, passed down were legally declared vacant and available for settlement. So stick with me here. With a few strokes of a pen, the British turned our land into real estate. Surveyors divided it, bureaucrats filed it, and bankers started treating it like cash. This is land as capital, as money, all right? We're tracing the money. So land that was once owned as a community resource became an asset that could be bought, could be mortgaged, could be leased, and could be taxed. That is colonial capitalism, all right? Land was just the first hustle. Stick with me here. Between 1902 and 1930, I'm talking about Kenya, the British took more than 7 million acres of Kenya's best land for European settlers and called it the White Highlands. Yes, White Highlands. The locals were there, they were kicked out, forced out. If they were to remain, they would have to work on those farms and taxed for good measure. So you don't even need to live in Kenya to get rich at that point. Investors in London, they bought up land from brochures. Settlers leased land to each other. The colonial state made money from taxes and land sales. Meanwhile, the people who were living here for generations were now labeled as squatters. Fast forward, many of the landowners in Kenya today still hold land that was acquired through colonial grants, and many Kenyans still live on untitled land.